Sunday, and you actually have a shoulder. So I'm just curious how you feeling a few days before game.
I feel blessed. I feel good. Like sitting here in front of y'all, man. I'm blessed, man. I don't. Football is a physical sport, and that's what I signed up for. But my body's fine. I'm all right. Like after week one, you kind of get used to just getting hit and like the rehab that goes into that Monday, Tuesday, getting your body back for Wednesday, and so forth, so you can practice well. So that's really what I've been doing. But yeah, I feel good.
In 2021, you had something similar kind of pop up early in the season at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
How much did that help you handle what you dealt with last week?
Yeah, it helped a lot. I remember my injury from week one. And when we played Minnesota, my freshman year, redshirt freshman year at Ohio State, had an AC joint sprain, and then played week two with that, and just I did a lot of the same things I kind of did for this injury that I had now, just to get back feeling right and just when you're playing, your adrenaline usually takes away the pain, so that helped a lot. But after the game, I felt it a little bit, but as I've gotten back with Roland and my guy Kuku, they've helped me a lot get back ready. So I feel almost 100%.
CJ, when you saw Laremy on the field today and in the huddle with you, how much was that a boost for you guys on the whole offense?
Yeah, Laramie's a big part of his offense, not only just by his play, but just his presence of a leader, his presence of somebody who has a really good experience. He's been in the league a long time, and he's done it at a high level for a long time. So just another comfort factor for not only myself, but for our whole offense and our team. So it was really good to have him out there, man. That's my guy, man. We're locker room mates, and we talk all the time. And I missed him out there on Sunday. But I'm glad he's back, and hoping that he does his thing, because I know he will.
Your touchdown to Nico was the first touchdown from a Buckeye to a Wolverine since '99 in the NFL. What was that like when you guys talk about that?
Nah, not really.
CJ, on Sunday you said that you said pressure for privilege, and I was talking to Tank today, and he was just saying how you have that it factor about yourself and the way that you carry yourself. How much pressure do you put on yourself to succeed and to make others around you better?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. I think it was probably my freshman sophomore year at Ohio State, and I always felt like I always had like a kind of like a killer mindset. Like whenever I'm on the field or whenever I'm watching film, like whenever I'm doing anything. And I remember my assistant quarterbacks coach at Ohio State pulled me to the side, and he asked me. He was like, "What does it mean to play quarterback? Like, what's like your job?" And I'm like, "To make plays." Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I said to be a leader. He was like, "Yeah, that's right. Like being a leader, making plays, all that stuff is great. But he was like, your main job is to make people around you better, like on the field and off." And I took that to heart. And ever since that moment, like, I dedicated a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of like mental capacity, a lot of energy to that cause. And I told myself I would never go back, and I would never regret not doing everything. So like every game, every opportunity I have, I try to do everything I can and flip over every stone just to make sure that I won't let anybody down. And I know people are dependent on me. And I remember even talking to Brady I talked to Tom Brady. We had like a lunch with Michael Rubin over the summer. And I remember the one thing that kind of stuck out to me that he was talking about, because I mean, like, this Tom Brady has 7 rings. Like, you would think that's all he would talk about, like me. But the only thing he was really talking about how much he loved his teammates and he didn't want to let them down. And like for me, that's like really big, because I know not only is Tank dependent on me, but I know his mom is. I know his brothers and sisters and his family. I know Sting, his parents are dependent on us winning. I know Malik, like JG, like these people, not only them as people are dependent on me, but their families are. And just like I'm dependent on them and my family's dependent on them. Like, I really think like of football that deep. So that's why I kind of say pressure is a privilege, because at the end of the day, we wake up and we get to play this lovely game, and I think it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, like it means a lot, but it's not everything. And we're real people outside of this building, and we go through real things. And a lot of people don't have the opportunity to kind of get away from those problems and lock in on a sport that they play since they were children. So that's why I mean pressure is a privilege, because the pressure that is applied and the job comes with is a privilege, because not many people get to do it, and it's a blessing at the end of the day.
How do you balance the?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, how do you balance your sense of urgency with patience? You talked after the game earlier about it. Not all wasn't going to be easy. It doesn't all happen at once. Obviously, you got a sense of urgency and wanting to win too.
Yeah.
How do you balance those feelings as a leader?
It's a great question. Really good question. As a leader, I think something as a quarterback is just staying cool, calm, and collected. Like I maybe be mad at myself, like super mad at myself. I missed a throw or missed a play, missed a read, missed a check. But if I blow up, the whole team's gonna blow up. And I think that's a thing as a quarterback. You got to be able to kind of have a sense of urgency, but still have a sense of reality, and understand that and of course me, a man of God, like trying to be as best as I can with my faith. And I think even in this society, like social media, like technology has made everything rushed. Like kids are rushing to be adults. Adults are rushing to be grandparents, or parents, or you know what I'm saying? It's just like this world, everything is being rushed. And for me, I have a sense of urgency, but I try to basically let God handle the uncontrollables, and I can only control what I can control. You know what I mean? I can only do what I can do, and let everything figure out its own. But everything that I can touch and I can do on my own, I try to really ace and do that as best to my ability. So it's tough. Like sometimes having to kind of okay, CJ, calm down. Like at the end of the day, we're gonna get this. You can't get super mad at yourself and let the next play affect the next. But at the same time, it is a sense of urgency, like you said. So.
You may have answered it a little way there, but you mentioned at the beginning, but before we were talking about the responsibility and the pressure and wanting that as a leader. How do you manage the weight of that? And I feel like there's probably a responsibility where do you channel that? Because it seems like that could be a lot of them.
For sure, yeah. I've been saying this since I've been 12. It's in me, not on me. God put something special in me that I can't really explain. I think just a lot of things I've been through, from a kid to college, to now as an adult. I think and everybody in this room has been through their own issues and problems, and even in the locker room, and those made y'all why y'all sitting in y'all seats now. You know what I mean? The same thing for me. It's God preparing me for moments of not only just stress and I wouldn't say negativity, but things that aren't necessarily always positive from the outside look, the world look. He prepared for those moments, and he prepared me for success. If you get everything that you want right then and there. If I would have got offers in 8th grade, I probably wouldn't be sitting right here right now. You know what I mean? That was my goal. It's what I wanted. But God knew I wasn't ready yet. So he prepared me in other ways to get me ready. And same thing for anybody else doing something that they love. So that's kind of how I manage that, is just knowing that everything happens for a reason, and God has a purpose and a plan, and he prepared me for the pressure that he put on me. And that's why I kind of say it's a privilege. So.
Heading into week 1, I know you mentioned you know what to expect, race the road challenges. What did you learn about that first game, about going on the road, with communication and preparation that you think can help going to the second time?
Yeah, it was big, man. Baltimore is loud. It's a great stadium. It's a great environment. That defense flew around. Two really good linebackers and great team. And we'll get the same type of challenge this week. Jacksonville is a great place to play, as I've been told. It's loud. And we got to be on our A game, in the huddle, out the huddle, getting to the ball, getting set. I got to be right with everything I have to do on my table, and get guys ready to win. And I think that we've took steps every week, and now it's time to put it together. So just execute, man. We got to execute early on, and just get our rhythm and roll. So I'm excited to do that, and I'm really excited for this challenge again, to go on the road, play against a really, really, really good defense in Jacksonville, really good team, well coached, and I definitely think it's a good challenge for our team.
When you study the film, what are some of the things you have seen about the Jacksonville Jaguars defense?
First and foremost, their D-line, 44 and 41, great players, set the edge, run around, play well. Their D-line, really stout, really big. And their linebackers, 23, 33, I actually played against Devin in college. Two really good players, not only in run in the run game, but also in pass coverage. 32 Campbell, he's a really good DB. Cisco, somebody I know personally, he's a good dude, very aggressive, very good in coverage, but also is constantly making good tackles. Same thing with 2. And then 37 comes in, plays a nickel, plays really well. 31's a solid corner. I didn't want to name drop. I know all their names too, but sorry. But great defense all the way around, and they played really well together all last year. I think they brought really everybody back. So we definitely got to be on our A game and know where they're at and try to execute as best we can. So.
You look at the progression of Trevor Lawrence and where he started from to where he is now. Do you see yourself on that same trajectory, kind of? Even though I know it's only been two regular season games, but from where he started from to where he is now, do you see yourself on that same path as well?
Yeah, I mean, Trevor's a great player. I respect him a lot. We played against him in college for the Sugar Bowl in 2021. Somebody I really respect. Actually, it was 2020. Somebody I really respect and appreciate his game and love his game, man. He's a really, really, really good player. But my path is my path. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't try to mimic what he does, but I see he set out kind of a blueprint on just working hard and keep chopping wood. Like, he maybe didn't start off hot his rookie year. He played really well, but they weren't winning, and just kept chopping wood, kept adding pieces to the team, and just kept chopping wood, kept showing up every day, and I think it's starting to pay off for him. So happy for him, but this is my life, my path. I got to do it the way that God asked and the Texans need. So yeah.
Last couple of y'all, Cam, then Cody.
So, CJ, each week you talk about getting better, and coaches say how you never make the same mistake twice. They see the growth. What is it that you'd like to see? What's your thing maybe that you're focusing on, other than just the win, for this week, for your own personal growth in this position?
I know you said not to win, but for me, it's to win. Like, it's cool to play good, but like, if you don't win, it really don't matter. So, and for me, like, I had plays where I feel like we didn't win because of me. I got to be better, you know what I mean? And I got to look myself in the mirror and not point fingers, and that's something I would never do. But for me, like, I got to lead my guys better. I got to do everything better so we can win. And that's all that matters. Like, so that's probably my biggest focus is doing all those little things right. So those little things add up for us to become victorious and things like that. So, yeah.
What can the passing attack do to help the rushing attack kind of get going?
I mean, I feel like they kind of go off each other. The running game works for the passing game. The passing game works for the running game. So in our offense, we want to execute everything at a high level. It's not just one specific area. If you want to be a great offense and put up good numbers, you have to do everything well. So that's our plan, man. We ain't trying to do too much on either way. We want to be balanced and make sure that we're executing at a high level in every single way we can.
All set?
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.